What's good? What's good? What's good? Beautiful people. It's your main man, Big G. Coming at you all the way live. I'm in your space. I'm in your face. Definitely blessed to be here on this wonderful day. It is July the 6th, 2026, here in the great sunny state of Mississippi. You're locked in with the Prime Time Network. You are tuned into Industry Talk. I am your host, Big G. Welcome. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the conversation. Welcome to our live. On your computers, laptops, what you may be watching this. Share the live. Tell a friend. Log us in. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And let's get into today's conversation. Whatever that may be. Thank you for today. The state of digital affairs. What do I mean by that? The state of digital affairs. Well, first, let me do some house cleaning. Let me do some house cleaning first. Before we jump off into the conversation. Because I need to address a few things, right? Some things need to be talked about. Words need to be said. And but before I do that, let's see here. If everything is loaded the way that I want it, I would like for it to have loaded. No. Yes, no, maybe so. Maybe not. Maybe I have too much in there already. But I shouldn't. I should be able to do that. Try it again. We'll take some things out. Might be a space issue. So let's take a couple of things out of the equation. And I'm talking to myself because makes it easy for me to stay on track. Yeah. Run with this one. Let's see if we can get that loaded. All right. If you have not subscribed to Boss Talk Podcast 101, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime, I would appreciate it if you would do so. This messaging is for you. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. right now over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us, because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Prime Time.
Hey, what it do, world? It's your boy, Comedian JB, the real Jay Braswell, Comedian Jay Braswell. Hey, dig this. I got a website, man. Tap in at jbcomedy.com.
Yes, indeed, jbcomedy.com. If you have not already tapped in with Jarrell Braswell, comedian Jarrell Braswell, make sure you do so. Make sure you do so. One of the funniest individuals on the planet. Opening up his calendar for the remainder of the year. If you're interested in booking Jarrell Braswell, reach out to us. Go to his website at jbcomedy.com and fill out the information, the request form. And it's a pretty straightforward process, and look at the availability. If you need to get somebody on the phone, you give us a call, give Jarrell a call, or hit us on the email, and we'll get back to you. We'll definitely get back to you. There's nothing like seeing the growth of Jarrell Braswell and his process, his development, and everything that he's doing. And I'm not talking about his funny. I'm talking about his business savvy, his business sense, and getting out there and doing everything that he needs to do to secure his foundation and to secure the completion and execution of his mission. You see it right here in front of you. Make sure you touch base with our sister Bree Melton. Bree Melton, ambitious Bree _ E, or ambitious E, ambitious Bree on IG. All right. And Bree, BRIMELTON on Facebook. She is in the process of pushing her books as a mom manager, your one-stop shop and guide to NIL resource and information. Make sure you tap in with Bree because it is vital, crucial, and pertinent if you have a young man or woman going into college and you're wanting to know how to engage the NIL game at any level. Touch base with Bree. Also, we have Thursday, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. We'll be locked in with Emily Mitchell and Kiara Smith for their mental health awareness segment. They're going to be talking about toxicity, and I do know that is going to be a very insightful and informative conversation. So make sure you stay tuned in on the 9th of July, where we will be here for the show. I will have my popcorn and water bottle ready. All right. So make sure you guys lock in. If you are a business, if you are a business owner, corporate, small business, mom and pops, or if you are an individual artist and you are looking for promotions, if you are looking to run your commercial or have commercials produced, or if you have content that you want pushed through a network that is real and produces real engagement, real numbers, and real participation in what it is that you're doing, give us a call. Our commercial rates for spins on our network during our live shows or promotion through our distribution network are reasonable. That's all I can say. They're reasonable. And our engagement and impressions across all the platforms that we deal with and the analytics that we can give you in terms of what it is that we do and our reach, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, there's no one that has the impact that we have. That's not me talking, that's me looking at the numbers. So be on the lookout for Emily Mitchell and Kiara Smith. They're coming up July the 9th. They're going to be integrated into the regular working order of what we do here on the Primetime Network, and looking forward to it. Of course, tomorrow, Tuesday, we're here with our good man, Paul Whitehouse. Get rich and don't cry trying, our regular time, 5 o'clock Central Standard, 5 p.m. Central Standard. They've locked in that Tuesday spot. So we're looking forward to Paul and the conversation that Paul is bringing to the table tomorrow.
I'm Paul. I'm Chad. I'm Paul from Patriot Business Finance Consultants. We're just trying to get the best financing package arranged for our clients. We will fight for you. 844-742-1776. Call us. Check out our website, www.patriotbfc.com.
www.patriotbfc.com. Make sure you lock in with Paul Whitehouse and the crew. We will be here tomorrow, locked in and listening with Paul and the great conversation that he brings to the table. It is going to be something to hear, ladies and gentlemen. If you need that bread, if you need that money, if you need lease financing for your business, or if you have an idea that you want to run around on the mulberry bush and see if you can't gain some assistance through what Patriot BFC has to offer, best money, lowest cost to you. And they have a number of providers, finance providers, that will have an opportunity to serve you, like Baskin Robbins. You know, 32 flavors. It's your selection. What is it you want to do? But the option is there. The opportunity is there. All right. I also had an opportunity to talk with my good man, John Blaze. We're going to start running the reboots because he changed up the system of where he was doing business. So he's getting everything reestablished, and his lock-in time is going to be different. But we're going to start running his reboots. We're going to start running his reboots at noon. At noon. So we'll do a 10 o'clock live with Inside Speaks, an 11 o'clock reboot with Inside Speaks, and then a 12 o'clock Cloud Chronicles, right? Everything's just leading into that 5 o'clock time slot, but we're wanting to fill that 24-hour cycle to where we're here in your face, in your place, in your space, constantly giving you something that you can relate to, giving you content that you want to sit there and absorb and enjoy. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, man, let us know. If you want to get involved, actively involved, if you have something that you're ready to promote and push and want to talk about, we're here for it. We're here for it. Like I say, our commercial rates, you can't beat them, can't compare it. And it gets to real people. It gets to real people. Speaking of, because I was talking about the digital landscape, we're going to get into it here in just a second. Like I said, I got some house cleaning that I need to do, a little house cleaning that I need to do. If in fact you want to book our guy, and I say our guy because this is our digital ecospace, this is our diaspora, and of course there's no me in this situation, but our guy. If you're looking to book our guy in your city, or if you know someone that is looking for a comedian to book for shows, whether it be headliner, hosting, featuring, co-feature, headline, whatever the case may be, motivational speaking, you name it, Jarrell Braswell is ready, set, go. If you need artists, if you're looking for artists, we can link you with some of the best in the game right now, from Keith Wallace, Getty Blue, Terry Cherry, XO Music, Azo Capone, Dearmore, Carolina, Passport Scoob. These are all guys that we work very closely, tight-knit with. Fred Cook was a member of Trill, Bun B and those guys, but he lives here in Mississippi. So there's a wide range of individuals that we can get you connected with that will put on a phenomenal show. Let's see here. Inside Speaks every morning, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time.
No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel.
Yes, indeed. And share some stories. Jay Shaw definitely does. Very insightful, very informative from a military veteran's point of view. Y'all saw how I did that? Yes, indeed. Make sure y'all tap in with Jonathan Shaw every morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today's talk topic was pretty intense. It was a good one. Making the choice to marry or have a relationship with a military veteran or an individual in the military. The choices that you got to make. Good conversation. Great conversation. Things that you might need to know before you make the leap. And last but not least, before we really get off into this thing, today's show, Industry Talk, is being sponsored by. Today's episode of Industry Talk is proudly sponsored by the Butterfly Collection. That's right, the Butterfly Collection is here. Gentle stories, big lessons, bright imagination. Books are available at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Ingram Spark by author Angel Williams. These books are perfect for pre-K programs, kindergarten classrooms, elementary schools, classroom libraries, bedtime reading, and SEL programs. Be sure to get your copy today. Dreamscapesreads.org. Tap in, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tap in. And yes, last but not least, I want you guys to understand that I'm doing this house cleaning so that we can get into this conversation, and I don't have to do a whole bunch of commercial run. Although I will, but I don't have to do a whole bunch. I'm giving you everything up front. And I'm also painting the picture of the digital landscape that I've been talking about. I've run commercials and promo for every show that you're going to start seeing coming across our platform on a regular, consistent basis, day to day, or the off days, or the bye week, whatever the case may be. You're going to start seeing different shows coming across our platform. And all of these shows, we're working in a collaborative effort to expand because eventually you'll start seeing these shows once I introduce our television station that's on the Roku network to all of you guys. I will have it all mapped out in terms of having the shows up, videos on demand. It'll look like a Netflix user interface. I say GUI, graphic user interface, but now it's just UI these days. You know, when you were back in the Unix days, it was a GUI, but now I think it's Pantheon. Also, it's just user interface. But yeah, getting it going. Well, it's going, but I'm excited because it's moving in rapid speed. You ever seen a tsunami? How fast that water moves, the buildup of that energy. You don't pay attention to it until it's too late. And the force and the power that comes behind all of that energy. Yeah. It's a good example of what's going on right now. And make sure y'all tap in with my man Jarrell Braswell. Tap in with my guy, man. Book him in your city. Need a host, feature, headliner, or motivational speaker who delivers every time? Book comedian Jarrell Braswell, bringing high energy comedy and unforgettable performances to every stage he touches. Catch him while you can. Visit jbcomedy.com and secure your date today. Calendar is filling fast. Book Jarrell Braswell now.
Warm y'all ass. Come up, blooded. They call you JB Comedy.
Coming to the stage, comedian JB.
For real, man. Try they older women, them cougars, they fucking it up. They doing what young women doing. Cougars popping, mollies, they getting BBLs, all that shit. One cougar I was fucking with had a BBL, she was shaped like a silver bite gorilla. For real. Had another one I was fucking with, that bitch was shaped like Shamar.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, is that true? Are the cougars out here these days really out here doing all that extra? I mean, I don't know. I ain't on the scene, so I'm just asking the question. Popping mollies and, carrying on with all of the such and such. I need some answers. JB made the statement. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just trying to see what's really happening. And he said he had one that looked like Shamal. Ooh. I think that might have been in his earlier days when he was younger or something. I'm not sure. Ooh. JB is a funny guy. I mean, really a funny guy. The stories that he tells and the way that he carries himself professionally it makes it easy for me to work with him. Let me just say that. It makes it real easy for me to work with him. So let's get into it a little bit. All right. And tonight, make sure I'm working on the right camera. Tonight, we're taking a serious look at the state of our digital landscape and the importance of being in control of that. Each day, billions of people wake up and immediately connect to a digital world. Immediately. And if you do that, you need to stop. If when you open your eyes, you grab your phone, you need to take a step back. Put the phone somewhere else where you can't reach it. I don't care if you got your get a manual alarm, get a bell clock, one of those phones that you wind up, something. Because that should not be the first thing that you embark upon or engage in when you open your eyes in the morning. I promise it should not be. Your personal preference is your personal preference. I'm just telling you what mine is. I do not wake up looking at my phone. I wake up thanking God that I woke up. And then I start my process. We check our phones before we check ourselves. We consume information before we create it. You see, because once you sit back, hit the reboot, you've already rested, you're giving yourself the flow, the juices start to flow and your mind starts to work, and then you short circuit it by picking up this digital device that has everything else under the world that you don't need to be paying attention to that early in the morning. You don't have to check your email. You don't have to see what missed calls. You don't have to see what text messages or who's doing what on social media. You do not have to do that. We scroll through someone else's vision before we pursue our own. Somewhere along the way, convenience has quietly become dependence. Don't get mad at me. Oh man, I ain't depending on. I can put it down. Bull. A lot of you can't leave your phone alone for 5 minutes. And I'm asking, or I'm saying, hey man, give yourself, when you wake up in the morning, at least 30 minutes to an hour away from that thing. Give your brain an opportunity to reset and reboot, recalibrate, and think about you. Focus on you, what you need to do. Hell, you might get distracted in doing you that you forget the phone is even there. Self-care, self-preservation. Or do you want to be a dependent upon that electronic dopamine spike? I'm not the person who comes up with these reports. I just want you to go research it for yourself. The digital landscape has become the new marketplace, the new town square, the new classroom, the new newsroom. I fall subject to that. This is the news outlet, an entertainment outlet. And I go research. I go study. I go think about poignant questions that I can ask my guests that come on from time to time, or even talk topics that I can give to you day in and day out, instead of me just sitting here rambling on like a babbling fool or an idiot. Because I told you in the very beginning of this, I am not a talking head or pundit that wants to be here in front of you giving you a bunch of gibberish and bull. It's got to be meaningful. It's got to be useful. It's got to be something that you can take back and say, you know what? I can apply that into my life. Or I can apply that into something that's going on, or I can suggest to a friend, hey, man, go take a listen to this. It may be able to assist. That's why I tell you, lock us in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know. You never know what may come of it. Just like I said the other day, don't nobody do you like you do you. So do you like no one else can. And stop making excuses. We've all done it. Yeah, we've all done it. I've done it. I had to learn not to make excuses. Because excuses are monuments of nothing. Listen to the words. They build bridges to nowhere. Those of us who choose to use these tools of incompetence shall definitely become masters of the same. So if at every turn You have some sound reasoning in your mind as to why you didn't commit, why you didn't do, why you didn't finish, why you didn't pursue. Yeah. Yeah. You're sitting squarely in the lap of the excuse system, and it will hover over you for the rest of your life. The internet even is at this point, even now, a place of employment. The question is no longer whether you're online. The real question is who owns your digital future? Remember a few days back, and I asked you about this? You're playing the game, but you don't know the rules. You just jumped in head first. You know, they say just do it. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with just doing it, but you know, there is some protocols to just doing it. Are you building your own platform? Or are you simply helping someone else build theirs? We live in an era where algorithms influence opinions, which is crazy to me, but it's so true because people fall into the numbers category. And I see that you have a large following, or I see that you have influence and sway, but aren't knowledgeable about the subject matter, yet people still follow the conversation as though it's sound information. That's frightening. I'd much rather follow what's popular as opposed to what's sound and what's right. Your popularity trumps a truly educated guess or theory or hypothesis or something tangible that we can look at and say, let's move forward on this. We're just basing it on popularity. That's why we're up in an uproar because people say let's march because of popularity. Or do we have a sound reason as to why we're going to go out here and tear some shit up? I haven't changed my tone or my conversation. I open the doors to everybody's opinion. But at the same time, if in fact you say go tear it up, I want to know what's the aftermath. What's the after action report? What are we doing after we tear it up? How do we rebuild? Because I'm not into destroying. I'm a builder. Solutions, not problems. So as you're going through the process of being destructive, individuals like myself are looking at how do we rebuild? How do we unify? Artificial intelligence is transforming industries, and data has become one of the world's most valuable commodities. It's not becoming, it always has been. Intelligence gathering, resource information, the human resource has always been at the top of the list. It's always been at the leaderboard. Not becoming, it's been there. Let these words fool you in terms of what people say, how they move, and how they think, and you behind the 8 ball because you're thinking, hey man, I'm trying to catch the wave. No, you're behind the 8 ball. Once you found out about something, hey man, you're 10, 20 years removed when you're talking about the government. They're light years ahead of your thought process as an individual. Because you as one individual can't think about all of the things that it takes that the government is capable of doing, does do, when they have think tanks of individuals that are set off in directions to study, research, and implement, execute, and see strategically how these things work on the masses, on the people that we're supposed to be safeguarding. Gee, you tripping? No, I'm not tripping. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm telling you some stuff that people don't want you to know because they want you to remain oblivious. See, I don't use the term the sheeples and no. They want you to remain oblivious. They want you to stay distracted. They don't want you tapped into what's going on, not just with the world, what's going on in your community, what's going on in your state, what's going on in your region, what's going on in your country. Everybody been screaming, "No, man, America's going broke." How? How? Stop saying this dumb shit. How? Oh, we're trillions of dollars in debt. We've always been in debt. No one has ever balanced the books. Show me. Oh, you want to go? Oh, my bad. You want to go back to when Clinton said that he balanced the books? No, he didn't. We were still in debt. But there's a such thing as good debt. But I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you today, ladies and gentlemen. Alan Greenspan was the only individual that was savvy enough to really have his finger on the pulse of securities exchange, the money markets, the banking organizations, the WHO, whichever, the FO, the WBO, the World Banking Organizations. Alan Greenspan was that guy when he was in the position. But the folks that are actually in position now, they don't know economics. They say print more money, drop interest rates, bottom them out, 0% interest, and we'll bounce back. No, you won't. Now we're talking about bankrupting a system. But that doesn't mean that your country is broken. It means that the people that are in a position to handle the money don't know what the hell they're doing. But we are into popularity. That's how we end up with movie stars as our president, as opposed to a military general or an Ivy League graduate. It doesn't have to be those things. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that these are the people that have to be in position. No, if you are qualified and of age, you can run for, any American can run for president if you meet the prerequisites and the qualifications. Yeah, that's true. Put your name in the hat. But me, I would much rather know that I'm surrounded by, or I have people in a camp that are smart enough to know that, hey, man, I'm not stable enough to be the president of the United States. I could play a support role. But I do believe that XYZ would be a better candidate. And you run that up the flagpole. You don't just sit there and because of popularity, take a position and learn on the go. Although every individual that goes into the position as president is learning on the go, even after 4 years and they get another 4 years. And will you people, anybody who's under the obscene thought that Trump can run again, because he can't. He did 4, he's doing another 4. That's it. That's the one seat that has term limit. That is it. If you ain't got it done in 8, man, it's too late. If you piss poor performance in 4, you're out the door. I'm just telling you, we've seen it happen. But we're screaming and yelling and hooping and hollering as though the end of the world is coming. The sky is falling. No, rest assured it is not. Because if the sky was falling, our lives would have been ended. It would be over. The impact of what goes on, we couldn't even fathom. We can't even think about it, right? So instead of focusing on the impending end, because at the end of the day, we all will meet our maker and we will find that resting place, right? That's inevitable. But in the meantime and in between time, our focus should be on improving humanity, doing whatever it takes to make sure that our stay on this planet and future generations excel across every platform, from education to humanitarianism, philanthropy, you name it, check off the box. We should be advancing as a people. But we don't, because we believe in a caste system that we don't want to talk about. Nobody wants to be in the lower echelon of the caste system. This is in China. We don't have a caste system here in America. Yeah, we do. They call it the lower class, the middle class, upper middle class, and the upper echelon. Yes, we do have a caste system. And it's based on the median income and who's the top 1%. Yes, we do have a caste system. America is a capitalistic country. So whether you realize it or not, yes, you can break through the glass ceiling. Yes, you can. I am never going to sit there and tell you that you can't break through the glass ceiling. Yes, you can. You most certainly can. You should. That should be your efforts as you move forward in life. But there is a caste system that we're relegated to. No, not like, okay, if you're a tailor or if you're a garbage man or if you're a plumber, that's what your children are going to be. No, not that type of a caste system. This is a psychological caste system that, boy, they did a number on us. They did a number on us, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever broken out of the matrix and then tried to have that conversation with someone else that's still stuck in their own matrix? You'll bust a blood vessel in your brain trying to get them to understand that, you know, what they're doing is a hamster wheel. But you have to remember how you broke out of it and how you got out of it. That's how you did it. That's not how they did it. And they have to be aware. They have to sit there and wake up to their own false realities. I know people know I'm on live at 5. I've been doing live at 5 for over 6 months. Well, 4.5, 5.5 at this point. Because we were Monday, Wednesday, Friday initially. And within 2 weeks, that transformed into 7 days a week. I know everyone knows that I'm live. So I'm not going to answer the phone. Unless it's my wife, of course. And she knows I'm live. She's normally watching the show. And artificial intelligence is transforming industries, and data has become one of the world's most valuable commodities. Every click, every search, every purchase, every interaction creates a digital footprint. Pay attention to that. The organizations that understand this are creating opportunities. Those who ignore it are slowly surrendering control. Ownership matters. Own your domain, own your website, own your customer relationships. Own your mailing list, own your content, own your intellectual property, own your data. Some people say data. 6 in one hand, half another, half a dozen in another. Some say potato, some say potato. Some say tomato, some say tomato. Some say crawfish, if you're from the South. And some say crayfish, if you're from Jersey. Because if someone else controls access to your audience, they also control your ability to communicate with them. Businesses can disappear overnight because of a platform policy change. Where's your landing page? Can they still reach you if all of their stuff disappears? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, if it disappears, can they still reach you? Can they still purchase your products? Can they still tap in with your merch? Can they still relinquish your services? Creators can lose years of work when an account is suspended. Some of you may have experienced that. And you had to go through a rebuild phase, and you don't know why it's being suspended. SOL, right? Entrepreneurs can watch opportunities vanish because they never built a digital infrastructure they actually owned. Technology should be your servant, not your master. You see that there's some touchy stuff. Touchy stuff. See, I've always talked to you guys about building your own platforms, your own networks, having your own infrastructure, having everything done so that you have control of it, but yet you are not the master. Yeah, I use them. Yeah, I use them. I use the hell out of these digital niggas. You see, ain't that something? Now the AI is going to take on that negative connotation. Has no feelings, he could be a digital cracker. I don't care what you want to call it. I'm just telling you that instead of putting it on the humans, put it on the digital ecosystem and work the shit out of them. Because it's a program. It's you can't make the computer have an emotion. But I tell you what you sick folks do. Y'all go make digital robots because you're sick up here and you want to sleep with a robot. You want to plug in with a robot instead of a beautiful female. or male, or whatever your preference is. That's not, we even talk. We've had a jump from human to machine. The weirdest stuff in the world to me. But I know it's coming. I know it's coming. One of you sick, perverted individuals is going to be fucking one of these goddamn robots and going to rip your dick off. I hope it happens. Goddamn sticking your dick in a goddamn plug socket. You need to get electrocuted. Because these sick sons of bitches is going to figure out how to have a robot that could eventually have a baby for you. It's all artificial insemination. They've mastered that process, but now they're trying to figure out how to have a robot. But that's because you want to control something. You want to be a master of something. So you can't have a conversation with a female or your partner or your mate. You're so detached from reality that you just want something or some entity just so that you can control it, you can beat it, you can abuse it, you can do whatever you want to it, right? You're sick. That's some kind of sickness. I'm not a doctor. Y'all tell me that. And if you think I'm just talking, man, go look this stuff up. I'm not just talking. I'm presenting some real ideas that are in the pipelines of the world today, and we just laugh and giggle at it. Ha, 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 ha. No, this is really happening. They're trying to put robotic entities into the workflow of America, and you not recognize that it's a robot. Just think, you sitting there, you think you beating the hell out this quote unquote robot, and this motherfucker malfunction. It's saying I'm protecting myself. Definitely stronger. I said it malfunctioned. The kill switch is no longer working, and your ass is stuck in between a rock and a digital hard place. But I'm tripping. No, I'm not tripping. Man, I'm just looking at my comments. Hold on a second. What y'all say? He said he's seen a dude online pay $1,500 for an AI controlled pet dog. Yeah, that's when hey man, I got American Bullies on sale right now. $1,500. Real. Papers and all. $1,500 for a digital dog. You must be out your mind. Angel says they are wanting to erase human beings from doing anything. Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's definitely what it seems like. They're working to enslave you again, and we're falling for the trap. No. The goal isn't simply to go viral. It's to build something valuable, right? It's not just about gaining followers. It's about earning trust. It's not just about getting views. It's about creating lasting impact. So whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, a nonprofit leader, a government official, or someone simply trying to provide for your family, digital literacy is no longer optional. It's a necessity. We've made it a necessity. We've backed ourselves into a corner and we can't come out of it unless you learn it. The people who will thrive over the next decade won't necessarily be the ones with the most money. They'll be the ones who understand technology, protect their information, adapt to change, and create systems that work even while they're asleep. Tonight, we're asking the tough questions. Are we controlling technology? Or is technology controlling us? Are we building digital assets, or are we just renting digital space? Are we preparing the next generation to lead in this digital economy, or are we leaving them unprepared for the opportunities ahead? This conversation isn't about fear. It's about preparation. It's about ownership. It's about vision. And most importantly, it's about making intentional decisions today that will determine where we stand tomorrow. The digital landscape isn't slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. It's accelerating. The question is, will you be driving the future or simply riding along? You got to ask yourself these questions, people. You got to ask yourself these questions, and you got to be more careful. Right? So it's been a great talk. It's been a great conversation. And now you see why I did all the housekeeping earlier on. I wanted to get some things out of the way. So let me run these things again. Let me cool this room off a little bit in the meantime and in between time. Today's episode of Industry Talk is proudly sponsored by the Butterfly Collection. That's right, the Butterfly Collection is here. Gentle stories, big lessons, bright imagination. Books are available at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Ingram Spark by author Angel Williams. These books are perfect for pre-K programs, kindergarten classrooms, elementary schools, classroom libraries, bedtime reading, and SEL programs. Be sure to get your copy today.
Are you Patriot Business Finance Consultants? Yeah, I'm Patriot Business Finance Consultants. Why? Everything okay? Are you working with John Smith of Smith's Construction? Well, yeah, I'm working with John Smith of Smith's Construction. I'm trying to arrange the best possible financing for what he's trying to get accomplished. The best deal structure, the best term, and the best rates.
That ain't gonna work for me. I'm getting the deal.
Wait a minute! Even if packages and rates and the deal structure and everything else is better for the customer, you still want the deal?
Deal structure and rates don't matter. And none of that matters.
Getting the customer the better deal doesn't matter to you?
Stop! You can have the deal. Ugh.
Hey man, I saw what happened. Are you all right?
Yeah, thanks for checking on me. I'm Paul.
I'm Chad.
I'm Paul from Patriot Business Finance Consultants. We're just trying to get the best financing package arranged for our clients. We will fight for you. 844-742-1776. Call us. Check out our website, www.patriotbfc.com.
Hey, what it do, world? It's your boy, Comedian JB, the real Jay Braswell, Comedian Jay Braswell. Hey, dig this. I got a website, man. Tap in at jbcomedy.com.
it's about that time. We decided we were going to do something a little bit different today, add some different elements to what we already do. It's going down, man. Trying to figure out ways to break the algorithm, man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, all our different platforms. Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 Prime Time. It's crazy. We got to get it done, though. Boss Talk 101, what the boss is talking.
Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Today's conversation on Industry Talk is being brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Tisha's Signature House Blend Season All. When you're preparing yourself something to eat, be sure to season your meats with Tisha's Signature House Blend Season All.
No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel.
Make sure you guys lock in with my man Jarrell Braswell and book my man Jarrell Braswell. Tap in. Need a host, feature, headliner, or motivational speaker who delivers every time? Book comedian Jarrell Braswell, bringing high energy comedy and unforgettable performances to every stage he touches. Catch him while you can. Visit jbcomedy.com and secure your date today. Calendar is filling fast. Book Jarrell Braswell now.
Come on, y'all, and come up, blooded. They call me JB Comedy.
Coming to the stage, Unique JB.
Man, I tried they older women, them cougars, they fucking it up. They doing what young women doing, cougars popping, mollies, they get BBLs, all that shit. One cougar I was fucking with had a BBL, she was shaped like a silver bite gorilla. For real. Had another one I was fucking with, that bitch was shaped like Shamar.
Okay. Now, before I sign off, before I get up out of here, remember, I'm still trying to figure out which direction I'm going to go. Either I'm going to do a raffle, we're going to do a giveaway. One thing, something's going to happen because I have. Let me unplug this because I keep it plugged up because I don't use it like I used to. I don't even use it anymore. But which camera am I on? I'm on this one right here. Okay. Remember I told you guys I have this JVC. I've got this JVC digital, ready, set, go, Handycam that I no longer use. It's brand new, basically. When I say brand new, I take care of my equipment. Okay? I definitely take care of my equipment. I told you guys, let me change this camera angle right quick. I told you guys that I use the ATM Mini amongst some of the other things. And here is my board. You see it lit up here, right? Okay. So that you don't think, oh man, he just unplugged his board. No, I told you that I have the hardware for a Supreme, a Mini that I'm not using. Right? I told you it comes prepared. It comes hardware ready. Right? It comes ready, set, go. So just think, if you're a content creator and you say, oh man, I don't know how to get started. If you don't want to go to the easy route and just use your phone, use your iPhone, because you want to set up the studio, you want to go the studio route, huh? I'm trying to tell you, the studio route ain't. Look this shit up. Look it up. I want you to look up the cost of this camera. I want you to look up the cost of this ATM Mini and this hard case with all the stuff that goes inside. I'm trying to give people an opportunity. If you want that opportunity, should I do a raffle? And put people on that way? And show me how many individuals, show me how many content creators are going to do this for you. Show me how many digital influencers are going to be out here and say, hey, man, we got some stuff for you to help get yourself started. Now, you still got to get monitors. You still got to get microphones. You still got to get, yeah, you know what? You see these minis, mini DJIs? I got all this shit. I got all kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? I got a Rode mic, I got 4 Rode mics just sitting around that I do not use, right? Stuff that I do not use. Well, I do use this. I keep this charged up, ready, set, go. But I'm just giving you an example of if you're serious about this craft, if you're serious about this business, if you're serious about camera work, because I do commercials. I go out, I shoot commercials, I film businesses, I do real estate walkthroughs, whatever you need in terms of a cameraman, a camera crew. We do all of that. And we do the editing. Everything we do is in-house. And if I don't do it, I have someone that can. I'll call Jonathan Shaw. He does graphics illustration, video work. Our network is strong, man. I can't give you all the pieces to the puzzle, but I can help you get started. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna run that. Y'all let me know what I need to do. Raffle, giveaway, let's figure it out. We're gonna do something. And it's always, beautiful people, y'all know what me, man. It's always about health, wealth, wellness,